Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone here. I would like us to start with the prayers. This time around, can we do it individually? Let's take a minute and pray in our own way. Thank you. May Almighty Allah answer all our prayers. I am Sep Omar Fati, Information and Communication Minister, 15 Executive Council, School of Education, University of the Gambia. Alhamdulillah, we start the 4th edition EDUSA week on Monday, and we pray to Almighty Allah to make us witness today. That is the closing day of the 4th edition of EDUSA week. Now, can we all rise up and sing the national anthem? Let's clear our throat because the scout band is not here. So we're going to be our own scout band today. After the count of 2, 1, 2. We strive and walk and that's all me. Freedom is the let justice guide our hearts towards the common good and join our diversity to prove His brother. We pray our family, our promise within you. Keep us the God of nature to the God. Thank you. From my immediate left, we have our humble lecturer, Mr. Yabo. Can you put your hands together for Mr. Yabo? Good. Joining us on the stage is our Vice President, His Excellency Ibrahim Heseka. Can you put your hands together for Ibrahim? Next to Mr. Yabo is our President, His Excellency Alasan Anjay, President EDUSA 15 Executive Council. From there, you have our Secretary General, Mamadou Sanu Jallo. Can you put your hands together for Mohamed Sanu Jallo? Now, I have the honor to invite Honorable Alasan Ajite to come and give us the opening remark on behalf of the President.
Morning, members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen here present, as today marks the long-awaited Dean Awards of Excellence, and of course, the giving of awards to various people who deserve it. We are very much thrilled to say that EDUSA has achieved something commendable both in the past and in the present. The EDUSA week is a long activity, a long day activity. We have been on it from Monday till today, which is Saturday. Monday we had our opening ceremony, and to be very much precise, the members of the administration have actually supported us in every way possible, because their attendance, not only impact attendance, they have supported us in every aspect of our EDUSA week. So let's give them a round of applause, please, for that. And also the students here present, yourselves, we can say this would not have been successful if you people did not show up. From the sports day to cultural day, and of course the debate and the public speaking day as well, You were the people who showcased and made the day a fruitful one for that matter. Give yourself a round of applause, please. And today we have our honorable graduates who are present here with us. These are people who actually did great, and we are not only here to celebrate the remarkable, outstanding performance they have done, but also to award them for their excellence. And then we need to give a round of applause to this gentleman seated over there. Without wasting more time, I would say thank you all for coming to the EDUSA Week. I am Alassane Ajite, the Auditor General of the 15th Executive Council. Thank you all for your kind attention.
So, Honorable Auditor General, for that wonderful remark. Let's put our hands together for Honorable. Now, I have the pleasure to invite Mr. Yabo to come and give a statement on behalf of the Dean of School of Education.
Morning, colleagues. I would say, good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, the Executive Council of the 15th Executive Council of EDUSA, and all the participants here. I don't usually like to be on the podium on occasions like this. Instead, I would love to be part of the audience. If the dean was present, I would have been among you, because I still count myself among you. It is a pleasure and I am proud to be here. Notwithstanding, I always feel obliged to share with you my experience for the fact that it is few of us who are staff here who were once students like you are. So we may all be loyal, and we may all love the prosperity and the progress of this school. But like people who come from the academy cannot be the same as other people who are transfers, right? So we are those who were groomed from this school, the School of Education. This school indeed is a great school. Indeed, it is a great school. It has graduated great people who are in this country as well as out of this country. The dean has asked me yesterday night to represent him here. I feel honored to be part of this great occasion. Without wasting much time, I would like to thank the executive for their hard work. They've indeed done very well. The president of this council is outstanding. He is everywhere. The last time we had a conference here, his participation was noticeable. So this is our school, this is our country. This school is great. I do not see you people as students. Always I say, these people only got a delay in their education, but these are people who would have been with PhD, terminal degrees, or who would have been professors. When we went to study outside, some of our professors, I am far older than them. I am like 5 years older than some of our professors. The last time we had a meeting here with some organization who aim at improving education standards in this university and in this school in particular. I told them we have a problem here. There is this scholarship issue. They will put conditions that people must go to serve in the field. After they have completed the Gambia College, they must go to serve for 4 years before they'll be qualified to have scholarship from the ministry. As such, we have all the people. If you look at the faces here, we have all the faces here compared to the School of BPA or Arts and Sciences. So if something can be done about this, to fast track. So they asked me, what would I suggest? So we were talking about things like having virtual, or how do you call it, online classes. I don't know how they name it, but open online classes, so that people will be in the field and they'll be with modules, and then during the holidays they'll come over to do exams as such. Or however this can be done. If you go to Gambia College for 3 years, you go to the field for 4 years. How many years is that? That's enough for a PhD. Then after that 4 years, 7 years, you come here and spend 4 years here again. 4 plus 7 is 11 years. If you add 2 years masters there, that's 13. If you add 4 years PhD there, so for 20 years before you can have your PhD, that's enough to become a professor, a full-fledged professor. So this school, indeed, I do not see you people as my students. I always see you as colleagues. And notwithstanding, you have a wealth of experience. You have a wealth of experience, and we will only encourage ourselves and encourage you. Let's do well. Let's do well. And I must also acknowledge the fact that this year, for the first time in 25 years, our school emerged, the valedictorian emerged from our school. I was very proud. I do not know him in person. I do not know him in person. Is he around? Who is he? Yes, can you give me a round of applause? Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, I was talking with the dean. I said this was possible before today, even before today. But I do not know, maybe because we belong to different schools. We have the old school and the new school. I do not see anything wrong in awarding students their deserved grades if they deserve it. So I think if you continue to work harder, you will continue to become valedictorians here. Because from my experience, when we meet with students in general classes like gender, like management, like cultural studies, they cannot write as well as we can write, right? So in our major areas as well, some of our students who were majors in English from the Gambia College are nowhere closer to people. People from the arts and sciences and other faculties are nowhere near those people, right? So why is it that we can never get this? We can never become the best for 25 years. It's from ourselves because we think we are competing with the student probably, or we think probably I don't know. So I encourage myself and encourage all of you to work harder to take this school to higher heights. And for the fact that the school now also has graduate programs, we have 2 master's programs running concurrently here, and that is promising. I will encourage all of you, those of you who have graduated now, I pray you have external experiences or external exposure, I pray so. But notwithstanding, do not wait for opportunities. Start with whatever is at your disposal. Then whatever comes your way, you can always quit. Yes, these are programs that are very good. We have measurement and evaluation program here. We also have the management program here. So you can start with them until you have opportunities to go elsewhere. You can anytime quit to go. But this is a great opportunity. We have to go and study and come back here. It is only we who can develop this institution. Nobody else can develop this institution. It's very sad. For 25 years since this university was built, this institution or this department has never trained anybody to PhD level. It has never happened. The last time it was not easy. I think it was a bit confrontational. I went to attend an interview at higher education. Somebody hold my passport and say, "Oh, your passport has a lot of stamps. Are you from traveling?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Usually you should wait and have a cooling period of 1 year, unless if it is a special case." I immediately become upset. I said, "This is a special case. This is a special case. What is the meaning of a university without degree holders? You know, in serious universities, I'm not a lecturer, and that is why I do not consider myself as a lecturer. If you observe, I never think I am a lecturer. I think it's because of the human resource constraint we are lecturing in. I'm a graduate assistant. In serious universities, master's holders will hold the files of professors and go and sit behind the class. And when they are given marking schemes, they go and mark and enter their grades for them. But they should not be handling high-level courses like academic writing, like research methods, like, you know. This is sad. But what if the authorities do not see this as sad? They do not see this as a problem. That is even worse, right? Yes, that was what I was not happy about, that they do not see this as a special case. We are introducing graduate programs, PhD programs. We do not have Gambian PhD holders who will be lecturing in those programs. And we still yearn for the continuity and the sustainability of those programs. So it is ourselves, you people who are here, who should work harder and come back and give back to this institution, which is our institution. So on that note, without wasting a lot of time, I do not have much to say. These are colleagues like I have started with, and I hope we will work together and take this school to a higher height. I thank you all very much for this prayer.
He's a brother to me. I can fully remember when he came back to the Gambia from China while doing his research work. We normally meet at Dr. Toure's office. He always encouraged us to be serious and focus on our education so that we can take the university from the intruders and university become the university of the Gambia. Yes. So our seniors that are here, and I pray you come back, do your master's program here. Gambia is what we have, and then we come back and contribute to the development of the University of the Gambia. Our brothers and sisters, those are here in the Gambia University, they don't fail us. They help us, and we understand their teachings and their contributions that they normally give us. Because you feel me, I feel you as a brother, than a foreigner that is coming to give us a lectures that we don't even know some of them their qualification. Some of them we all know they cannot deliver to the expectation. Now, let's continue with the program guide. From here, we go into the presentation of the certificate. Can we have Honorable Deputy Minister for
EDUSA, members of the High Table, Vice President Ibrahim Seka, our able lecturer Mr. Yabo, His Excellency Alassane Jai, awardees of the Dean's Excellence Award here present, and my fellow council members present with us. Good morning to you all. It is indeed an honor to stand before you to give a word or two regarding the Dean's Award of Excellence. And maybe this is orchestrated by my presence in the maiden Dean's Award and also witnessing from the first edition to the fourth edition that we are witnessing today. The Dean's Award of Excellence started in the year 2022 during the tenure of the 12th Executive Council. And I can fully remember the main objective of that Dean's Award of Excellence was to create a sense of competition between the EDUSANs so as to have a good result that will propel us to compete for the valedictorian in the convocation. That was the main objective of the Dean's Award of Excellence. And in 2022, that was a vision of a council. And that vision could not be achieved in 2022. But that vision became the springboard of what we are celebrating today. And it is important that as we are celebrating this day, and as we are celebrating the achievement of our colleague and brother for the MCLA for being the valedictorian of the 2024 batch, we must go back to history and reflect as to how this came about, and then what were the things that our leaders put together so as to achieve this. And this would serve as a lesson to the current council and also to those aspiring leaders that are here, that as student leaders, you have to be visionary, and also you have to set things that benefit everybody, not things that benefit your personal interests. In 2012, if the Dean's Award of Excellence was created for personal gains, members of that very council would not be with us here to receive those awards. It was a vision that they have for the school. They could not achieve the vision, but they set the path for other councils to follow. The 13th Executive Council continued the Dean's Award of Excellence. The 14th Executive Council did the same. And in the era of the 15th Executive Council, we are able to produce the valedictorian of the University of the Gambia. And
And that is a testament of how student leadership can change the trajectory of a school or a department. And for every council to succeed, the students must play their part and play their part very well. It was with the students from the 12th to the 13th, 14th, and to the 15th Executive Council. This is an award that every one of us here can receive. And that was a vision set by a council, maintained by a council, and today it is also advanced by this very council. So as students, as leaders, aspiring leaders, we encourage all of you and encourage ourselves as well to be visionary in the execution of our council activities and also the execution of our policies. So on that note, I would want to take this opportunity to thank the 12th Executive Council for having this vision, members of the 13th Executive Council for maintaining it, and members of the 14th Executive Council for maintaining the same thing, and the 15th Executive Council, my colleagues, for advancing this with the bigger aim of having another valedictorian through this Dean's Award of Excellence. And I would also want to take this opportunity to thank the former Dean, Beatrice Ajufo, who was the first to initiate this, and she had been there for the councils of the 12th, 13th, and 14th Executive Council. This was her vision to make sure I can remember. She will always say, "We can do it, and one day we will be valedictorians." And today, in her absence, we have a valedictorian in our midst. And also, I would want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Badge 2024 for setting the bar so high for us and challenge every EDUSA here, whether you are in your year one or you are in your final year, to get to the bar and even push it higher than 4 set it. And also, I want to, on behalf of the council, congratulate for the MCLA for setting this bar so high that some students think it is not possible. But if you listen to his speech, which is one of the best speeches in the history of the University of the Gambia convocation ceremonies, he said it is possible. And we all believe if it is possible. If Fode can do it, we can all do it. And by doing that, we have to do what Fode did. We have to be very resilient, we have to be very focused, and we also have to be very determined. It is always possible. It is always possible, as he said. And I challenge all of you to make sure that possibility, if not this badge, next badge, we become valedictorians again. We all today are moving the pavements, going around the pavements of the Faravavanda campus with high shoulders because Fode has made us all proud. And you can attest to that from the attendance of the convocation ceremony. The number of EDUSANs that attended it is unprecedented. And that was because we were all proud to sit there and associate ourselves to the award. So the award is not 4 days only. The award represents the School of Education, and we all take pride from the award and thank Fode and congratulate him and wish him the best in his future endeavors and encourage ourselves to work hard so as to achieve more than he did. So on that note, I thank the awardees here. Thank you for coming. Thank my colleagues for making sure this activity is maintained, and also challenge the incoming council to maintain this activity so as to bring back the valedictorian in the School of Education. On that note, I thank you all for your kind attention.
The Dean Award, and also congratulations to all the awardees that are going to receive the certificate here today. So, Honorable, can you come back to the stage so that we can give out the certificates? Can you pass me the certificate? Now, I would like to read the content of the certificate for the Dean Award. On top, you have Education Student Association, University of the Gambia, Dean Award of Excellence. This certificate is awarded to Mamadou Seydou Diallo in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best French student for the 2024 batch. Congratulations. Kabiro Sanya in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best history student for the 2024 batch. Next is Joseph Korea in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best economics student for the batch 2024. Thank you, Joseph. Next is Tijan Mbai in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best geography student for the 2024 batch. Good. Sanusi El Kamara in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best physics student for the 2024 batch. Now the Sanusis are dominating here. Another Sanusi is coming. Sanusi Jabi in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best Islamic student for the 2024 batch. This one. Next is Ilyas Asise in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best mathematics student for the 2024 batch. But I don't understand when I say the best mathematics students, the clap over there is so loud, so much so that I cannot understand that. It's not easy like that there. Okay, the next one is Asan So in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best biology student for the 2024 batch. Yes. But if is not here, no need to call it. Okay, the next is Bala Ture in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best chemistry student for the 2024 batch. What is this name? Now we are going to Guinea-Bissau, Bissau Savi. Sarah Frem, in recognition of his outstanding achievement as the best agricultural science student for the batch 2024. Now to the best of the best. For this one, I want all of you to stand up. To give the due to the master himself, our humble Secretary General, man of the moment. I have the honor to call the best graduating students of the University of the Gambia 2024 batch for the MCLA in recognition of this outstanding achievement as the best English student for the batch 2024. Congratulations. SG. Thank you so much. Thank you for the, we are proud of you. And Mr. Yabo, thank you so much. May God bless you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I have the honor to invite for the to come and give us a keynote remark. For the, can you come forward? Let's put our hands together for the boss.
MC of this August occasion. In one of Barack Obama's famous speeches back in 2015, he mentioned that we have not inherited this land from our forebears. We've borrowed this land from our children, that is our progeny. That is to say that each person who lives on this earth has certain stages to live, just as Shakespeare mentioned in the 7 stages of a man. That from the beginning to the end, you have a life to live. And it is crucial for you as a person to ensure that you live that life worthy enough so that those that are to come after you will be able to enjoy the life that you enjoyed or better than you enjoyed. In the absence of our dean, the presence of his representative, that is Mr. Yabo, members of the 15th Executive Council of the Education Student Association, the most mature association within the University of the Gambia, my colleagues from the award fraternity, the studentship of the School of Education, I have known a few greater honors, or I have accumulated a few greater academic honors than the honor that has been accorded to me for the past 1 week. Thanks to the collaboration that I've received from my dean, the faculty administration, staff, and students of the School of Education. Like I've mentioned during the convocation, that this achievement is not just a personal achievement. It is an achievement that I share with each person present within the School of Education. And I did mention that none of us could have achieved what we achieved today without the support, without the spirit that our stakeholders embodied for us. I couldn't have imagined being the winner without each person that supported me along this journey. And I've mentioned it several times that my story is not just a unique story. It is a story that I've seen on faces within the School of Education and even outside the School of Education. I am not the first and the last person that has gone through such an experience. There are a crop of young men and women that have also gone through such experience. However, it is important that we narrate our story so that it will be a beacon of hope for those that are coming after us. In the School of Education, when we came in 2020, we had witnessed 3 different eras within this University of the Gambia, because when we came in the period of a pandemic, we started our academic journey in an online class, through an online class. We spent 2 semesters using the Google Classroom. From there, we witnessed the madness of the Brikama campus and then the Carnifing campus for about 3 years. And our final year, we came to the Faraba Bantan campus to start a journey that had been hoped for years for the University of the Gambia community. Now, along this journey, we had encountered so many challenges, but of course, the challenges were meant to shape our lives, to make us meaningful, to make this program meaningful for us, not only for us, but for those that are coming after us. And we made sure that those that we crossed paths with, we also left an indelible mark on their lives. And our batch, we have been very grateful that in the annals of our history, or in the annals of this School of Education, we've been very proactive from day one. We've amassed the championship of the tournaments that have been organized by the Education Student Association. That is our batch. When we first competed in this championship back in our second year, we were the champions. In our third year, we were the champions. In the fourth year, we were the champions. So that shows how dedicated and committed we had been during our stay at the School of Education. Now, let me tell you this, that there is no secret to what we have done as a batch. Our batch has excelled thanks to our collaboration, thanks to the collaborative spirit we embodied during our time. There is no intelligence that can save any individual from succeeding. You will not succeed if you rely solely on your intelligence. Your intelligence needs to be developed. How do you develop it? You develop it through your commitment, through your dedication, through your hard work, and through the good hearts that you have for people. You cannot be an island. I've said this uncountable times in my capacity as Secretary General of the Union, that if you are in the University of the Gambia, you are not just an island. You work with individuals within your program, outside your program, or within your department. That is the only way forward for you as a student and for those that you are working with. As a student body, particularly our English language unit, we made sure that we organized study classes and study groups. We made sure that we spent nights with friends, with colleagues, in homes, on floors. That was what we did, because we believe that as an individual, we would not be able to prosper. We would not be able to pass our exams unless we join hands with others. And that had been manifested during our time. We believe that the lecture room was not enough for us to pass our exams, was not enough for us to have the required knowledge and skills, was not enough for us to have the right education to be able to inspire those that are outside the University of the Gambia. But we believe that with our colleagues around us, we'll be able to make it. That was why frequently we had organized study classes, we had organized tutorial groups coordinated by the administration of the Education Student Association. And believe me, if you are committed as an individual, as a student, the only thing that you can see is the performance that we have manifested to the entire university community. And strive to be somebody who assists your colleagues. Strive to be a tutor of your colleagues. There's a secret in being a tutor, because if you become a tutor, you are always steps ahead of your colleagues, because it requires rigorous preparation. You must prepare yourself to save yourself from that embarrassment when you face your colleagues in the class. That has helped me so much, because I was always available in terms of tutorials, whether organized by the Education Student Association or not, because I knew it was very helpful to me. All right, because I needed to prepare myself, I needed to read the novels, I needed to revise my scripts before I face the students. In that way, I would be steps ahead of those that I am trying to tutor. So this is very, very important. So I must express my gratitude, my deepest gratitude to the faculty administration, from the dean to the lecturers. I can remember vividly in one of the EDUSA games in Brikama, I was having a casual conversation with the then dean, Prof. Beatrice Ejufo. So she asked me about my GPA, and I told her my GPA. She was very happy. She nearly danced. She told me that this means that we could do something in the next convocation. Well, that encouraged me. That really boosted my morals in order to do better. Despite the fact that I was serving as the Secretary General, I made sure that that was not an excuse for me not to perform better. Those of us who would keep saying that if you're a student leader, you'll be retarded academically, it is just an excuse. It is just an excuse. I must tell you that I served as Secretary General and I campaigned for more than 6 months when the semester was hot, and I was able to make it. My Auditor General, the best in their school, the School of Business and Public Administration, who is seated here, was the third best performing student of our convocation. He was an Auditor General, and we campaigned together for 6 good months before we were elected into office. That never retarded his performance as a student. So we are all legends when we graduate from the University of the Gambia, but the real legends are those that put together extracurricular activities and academic activities. They are the real legends. Whether you have honors, whether you have a cum laude, or whether you even have below honors, the moment you put it together, you amalgamate it with an extracurricular activity, then you become a real legend. So there is no way, there is no point that we should say that if you become a student leader, your performance academically will be retarded. Because this convocation is a perfect example that, of course, we can combine academics and extracurricular activities. So we must also thank all those stakeholders that help us. Personally, I must thank the MRC Holland Foundation. Without them, I wouldn't be able to make it this far. And I must say this for records, that in 2019, when I applied to be admitted at the University of the Gambia, I had no scholarship. I had to defer for 1 year with some of my friends. All right, and I was encouraged by the people who came here before me. The EDUSA nationwide tour was very helpful. And I want to encourage each student here particularly those that are aspiring to become leaders, to maintain that legacy of the nationwide tour, because you do not know to what extent it will impact lives and livelihoods, because it impacted my life. So I had to defer for 1 year. So the following year, I had to apply for the MRC Holland scholarship. So I was frustrated because it took a while before the results were out. And the teaching field was very frustrating that time. So my friend and I, Mohammed Sedi, we never wanted to go back to the teaching field. And there was no scholarship to come and start our program at the University of the Gambia. So we knew that there was a university whose tuition fee was far lesser than the University of the Gambia, and we could afford that. That was the International Open University. We decided to seek an admission into this university, and we had it. So we said that instead of going back to the teaching field, let's just start this program. Let's try to pay. So we had to pay. So when we paid, just less than a week, the MRC Holland scholarship was out. And it was out in a very interesting manner, because then we were always expecting calls. Whatever unknown number that you see on your screen, you were always agitated. You always thought that it was them, they were the ones calling you. So it was fun one fine evening that I marched into the mosque. When I marched into the mosque, I was about to raise my hands, and then a call came in. I saw an unknown number on my screen. So I had to exit the mosque. I had to exit the mosque and answer to that call. So I had the voice of a Westerner, Bepi. She said, "Hello, are you for the MCLA?" I had goosebumps. I definitely had goosebumps. I lost my vocabulary. I was not able to speak. I was not able to speak because I knew it was it. So the first thing that she said was, "Congratulations, you are awarded the MRC Rand Foundation scholarship to study English language at the University of the Gambia." To be honest, may God accept it from me, but that prayer, my mind was entirely on that scholarship. So the moment the prayer ended, I also received a call from my friend Mohammed. He told me that they called me. So we celebrated together. So we had to move here. And it started our program in 2020. So please join me to give them a round of applause. Without the MRC Holland Foundation, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here today. Because I might not have gotten the higher education scholarship. I might not have gotten another scholarship, because before that, I had applied for the higher education scholarship and I was not able to get it. So it means without the MRC Holland Foundation scholarship, I would have been in the teaching field. And I must also use this medium to thank my family, because they've done a lot for me. Being the first university graduate from my village shows the commitment and the perseverance of my family. Because like I shared with the Gambia Touch, before 98, there was no school at our village. There was no school at all. So when my dad returned from Europe, together with other stakeholders, he made sure that we had a school at our village. And in 98, it started. Then I was enrolled there in 2000. But you understand traditional settings, how it's difficult to get educated, how it's difficult to navigate this Western education system. It was very, very difficult for us. So if they had not stood for me, I wouldn't have gone this far. They made sure that I got the necessary items to get educated. And because of them, I was able to push hard. And for those of us that are teachers that went through the Gambia College, it is never a mistake for us to go through the Gambia College. When we were going to the Gambia College, it might not have been our decision. It was never my decision to go to the Gambia College. However, believe in me right now, I couldn't have imagined going to anywhere before that the Gambia College, because it had shaped me. To be honest, if you sit to exams within the University of the Gambia, there are some times that you would lose track a little bit, but with just a word, you'll be able to be on track. That shows the experience that you've amassed during your time at the Gambia College and during your time in the teaching field. It was very, very helpful. I am a very proud teacher. I couldn't have imagined being in any other profession than the teaching field. All right, so I must send my appreciation to all those who supported me before my journey to the University of the Gambia. So let us continue to work hard as a community, as a family, that we are the most mature school within the University of the Gambia, because we are in service students. We came from somewhere and we met here in the University of the Gambia. Let us leverage on the opportunities that we have had since we became teachers. There are others that came straight from the high school. We are better positioned to do better than them. All right? In as much as we should talk about the kind of lecturers that we have within our school, but let us also ask ourselves, how far are we doing, or what are we doing at our own level to ensure that we complement the efforts of those lecturers? All right? I know we've had some crazy, crazy lecturers within our faculty. I had encounters with them. But of course, that shouldn't stop anybody from pushing hard. Remember, you are yourself. And you can be anything that you aspire to be. Your mind is everything. Every person is born the same. We all had a blank slate with some natural giftedness. But how do we ensure that that giftedness is nurtured? It's when we are committed, when we do hard work, and when we persevere. These are the only ways that we can make it. All right? And let us also understand that it's not all about academics when we are in the University of the Gambia. It's more than that. The best of us are those that would graduate with an experience and with knowledge. If you graduate with just the bookish theory, once you go out there, you will not be able to make it. So it is important that you have that hands-on learning whilst you are in the University of the Gambia. Those of us that have served as student leaders, former president of EDUSA is here, technical and logistics minister of the UTG SU is here. They can tell you how this thing has been beneficial to them. It positions them better to do hard, to do better. So it is important that we amalgamate our academic adventure or journey with student politics. Student politics is very, very important. It prepares you better. It is not bad if you engage in student politics, but let us do it in a very responsible manner. So on that note, I would like to thank each and every one of you. And of course, I must acknowledge the support that I've received from my Auditor General, Abdullah Espoja. He came purposely to witness this occasion with me. Please give him a round of applause. He is the best graduating student from the School of Business and Public Administration. Abdullah Espoja majored in accountancy, and he was the Auditor General of the 22nd Executive Council. Imagine how tedious is that office. Putting that office together with academic duties was quite a Herculean task. So I thank him so much. And Abdullah is also a teacher trained at the Gambia College. He was my batch mate from 2013 to 2016. So he is actually one of us. So thank you everyone for your kind attention. I'm really honored to be part of this great family of the Education Student Association. And as we say, EDUSA must not die. Thank you so much.
We have heard from the valedictorian. Now we understand that it is touching. It is so deeply, very, very, very touching. There is one thing that we need to know about life and about ourselves. Life is not about who you are. It is about who you want to become. Life is not about the change that has been made, but about the change that you want to make. Life is not about the success that has been achieved, but the success that you want to achieve. The dean has told me that Fode is someone that you cannot just mark down. And from here until the place I will drop in Yundum, it is Fode. And that nobody can mark him down. He told me, could you imagine? I went to MRC Holland Foundation. They have to pull his transcript for me. Yes. Among all the students. He said they sat him down and pulled for this transcript. And told him, look at this. So this doesn't come as magic. It comes as a testament of his hard work, his commitment, his dedication. Above all, his dynamic humility, that everybody speaks the same language of this gentle boy. You can round the whole campus. You leave the campus, round the entire country, and eat educational fraternity. Everybody speaks of the same language about this particular young boy. And that's the language of humility, the language of hard work, the language of discipline, the language of commitment and dedication. It is a challenge. And could it be a challenge that we can win? If not the next convocation, perhaps the one after, perhaps the one to follow. But I believe EDUSANs have something to be proud of, and that of the achievement FODE has put in place for us all to celebrate and to continue celebrating. FODE, we are proud of you. EDUSA is proud of you. And of course, EDUSA must not die. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, President. And thank you for we are proud of you. And we are going to...
Good afternoon, students of the University of the Gambia School of Education. Good afternoon, my co-council members, the representatives of the Dean School of Education, Mr. Yabo, the awardees of Dean Award of Excellence. I greet you all and welcome to Faraba, though Faraba is not new to all of you. I know either you have done 1 or 2 semesters in Faraba, so welcome home. Today is a great day in the School of Education. When we start the EDUSA week on Monday, things weren't easy, but due to hard work, commitment, and dedication, we have reached this far today to register success. So first, EDUSANs, a round of applause for yourself, for your commitment and dedication. When we started this week, things were very tense at the beginning, moving from the theater to the upstairs down there where you have the balcony, moving chairs, the podiums. It was tough. But with all that, I can proudly stand and say it, Alhamdulillah, we have registered success in the 4th editions of the EDUSA week. So thanks to everybody from the dean, faculty, lecturers, and all of you. Once again, clap yourself. Then go clap. I'm very happy indeed because I was never thinking that we are going to register this huge success, most especially during the sports day. The sports day I was in Brikam. I reached home almost 11 o'clock in the night. When I arrived home, my dad even said, "What is wrong with you? You left here as early as 10 o'clock. You are coming back after 10 in the night." I told him that Dad, EDUSA called, and when EDUSA called, there is nothing that will stop me from answering. So I feel like I'm a proud EDUSAN, and I know everyone here is a proud EDUSAN. Today we are celebrating our colleagues. Some of them were our course mates. We shared one class or one course with some of them, and today we are here celebrating them for their milestone achievement. The valedictorian, that's my brother FODE Msila. When I listened to his speech, after the end of his speech, I repeated it almost 3 times, listening to the powerful speeches he was doing during the convocation. Wallahi, I can say I am really inspired by his speech. He said, if someone at, I don't know, this place in CRR, URR, so I even forget the name of the place. He said, if that son or the daughter can come here and strive, why not we? I am sure everybody here is ready to challenge and perform better than FODE Msila. So he challenged us, and we are also challenging ourselves. Let us strive very hard to make sure that we also register huge success and promote the name of the School of Education within the 4 corners of the University of the Gambia. When I put FODE on my status, some of my co-mates in the University of the Gambia School of Arts and Science and BPA, some of them were even teasing me, telling me that today all of you are happy. I said, yes,
We are super happy because we have made history after 25 years for the first time. That shows you that EDUSA will never die. They said EDUSA must not die, but EDUSA will never die because EDUSANs are ready to take up both the leadership and the academic side. So EDUSANs, everyone is happy, and for the thank you for setting the bar very, very high. And inshallah, we will all strive very, very hard to reach that bar or even surpass where the bar is set. So on that note, I thank each and every one of you for coming here, and inshallah, activities of the School of Education continues because EDUSA Week is not the only activities of the council. We have another major activity that is pending, and inshallah, that one also will register success because together we will. And for the sake, the quote from Obama, yes, you can. And I also believe that yes, EDUSA can. So inshallah, the nationwide also is coming, and very soon the flyers and everything will be out, and let us all take part so that we reach that success during nationwide too, because it is also a major activities of the council. So on that note, I thank you all once again.